In the marijuana industry, nobody is inherently non-compliant, but that does not mean that compliance issues never arise. And just because a compliance issue does arise, that does not mean that your company is non-compliant. Never fail another regulatory inspection or be caught out of compliance again with Legacy 64's Audit Comply program. Legacy 64's Audit Comply program is specifically designed to ensure that you comply with and meet all regulations and regulatory standards. Legacy 64's Audit Comply program comes preset with all city, county, state audits and regulations, as well as additional safety and risk management audits to ensure that your facilities and your employees are able to identify and maintain any compliance issues that may arise. When you log in, the system starts you on your home screen as you see here. Your home screen is completely customizable and can be configured how you like it. For this short demo, I'd like to direct your attention to the menu bar on the left. Here you can see all of your different action items, from setting up your assets, to conducting audits on your facilities, to all of the different reporting features that you can customize and create. Ready to start an audit? Click on Assessments under the Conduct tab. Next, click on New Assessment. As you can see, all the different audits that are available to you immediately populate. Again, there are over 80 different audits to choose from, and they are all listed in alphabetical order based on the name of the audit. As new rules change, so will your audits, to ensure that all audits are up to date and in compliance. Pick the audit you want to complete and click Start. The system will ask you what facility you want to audit, then it will auto-populate the audit for you. Once the audit populates, you will see the name of the audit at the top of the page, followed by the section and the section number, the specific questions for that section, so on and so forth. Then you will see that every question has a set of 4 answers: pass, fail, fixed on site, not applicable. If the company passes the question, they get a pass. If the company fails the question, they get a fail. If the company is able to fix the answer on site, then they get fixed on site. This gives them partial credit. If the question does not apply to them, then we select not applicable. Underneath the answers are 4 additional action items. Let's say a company passes or fails a question and you want to add a recommendation. You click here. System generates a text box. You can put any recommendations inside the text box and hit submit. Anytime we fail a question, the non-conformance box will auto-populate, and we'll get into that in a second. If you wanted to add an attachment such as a picture, you can do so here. And if you wanted to add a task or assign this to a specific employee to fix, follow up on, whatever the case may be, you can do so here. The person you're assigning it to, the due date, and specific instructions. So let's conduct an audit. Does the facility have a full operational video surveillance and camera recording system? We're going to say yes and give them a pass because every company needs one to operate. Does the management know how to copy video footage and stilled slides from the server? So let's say we just hired a new manager, just promoted a previous staff into a management position, and the Marijuana Enforcement Division does a surprise inspection on that day, and they want to look at our camera footage, and our new manager is unable to operate the camera footage, so we get a fail. As you can see, the non-conformance box automatically auto-populates. It tells us the specific rule that we have failed, gives us the option to assign it to somebody to fix, a due date that is 30 days out, and a text box to give the specific information on the non-conformance details. So let's assign this to someone. We'll assign it to Josh. Now this is pretty important, and we don't want him to wait 30 days. We want him to get this done immediately. So let's change our due date. Now our specific non-conformance details. The newly hired manager did not know how to operate our camera system at the time of the MED inspection. Now we can go ahead and submit this. You'll see that our Add Corrective Action icon immediately comes up. Now in this box, we want to put our corrective action plan. So what are we going to do to fix it? The newly hired manager did not know how to operate our camera system at the time of the MED inspection. Now, let's go ahead and add a category so we can track it. You can customize your categories however you want. For this one, we're going to do example category. Go ahead and hit update. And now we'll close. So here, it gives us our fail, shows us that we have one nonconformance, tells us what the nonconformance is. We can view this, we can delete this, we can add another nonconformance if we want to. We can still add recommendations, attachments, and we can still add additional task items. Once the audit has been completed, all you have to do is click the Submit button. Once you've clicked the Submit button, the system will give you one more opportunity to add any additional notes, comments, whatever you would like anyone who is reading this audit to see. So, for instance, let's say we have a CEO walkthrough next week, and the Director of Operations assigned this audit to management staff before the walkthrough, and we want to make sure that everything gets done before the CEO comes into town. Please ensure that all action items are completed prior to the CEO's walkthrough next week. So anyone who is assigned this audit will see that this needs to be done. Then we hit submit. Now the system will auto-generate our default report. You can customize your reports however you want, but again, the system will auto-generate the default report. At the top of the report, you'll see the name and the date that it was submitted, the score of the report, whether it was a pass, fail, or for a warning, your general information, who issued the audit, who conducted the audit, the specific location of the audit ID, whether it was scheduled or random, whether it was completed on the desktop computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, what have you, whether we're compliant or non-compliant, the status of the audit, the dates, when we scheduled it, when we started it, when we completed it, when we submitted it, the amount of time taken to complete the audit, when the audit was last updated, our overview, our number of sections, required questions that we had to answer. If we put in any observations, images, attachments, recommendations, they'd all be listed here. The one nonconformance is listed. If we added a task, that would show here as well. Our scoring summary. Then we move into our nonconformance breakdown. This will show us every question that we failed. Then we move into the actual audit report. Again, it gives us our grade. It tells us time taken, the total score, when we started, when we finished, then the actual question, what our answer was. Here you can see where we failed, the nonconformance that we put in, the corrective action that went with it. Be ready for the upcoming nonconformance rule change beginning January 1st, 2021, and make sure you know what's happening in your daily business operations. Audit Comply with Legacy 64 makes that very, very easy. Ready to get started? Click on the link below to schedule a full software demo or to start your 3 free audit trial.